Hello, my name is Pam Clark, and I'm the founder and director of the New Heights Educational Group Resource and Literacy Center. We are located here in Defiance, Ohio, but we serve all of Ohio and beyond. I have been witness to many atrocities in regards to the lack of education and the excuses made by those in the educational system that force the children to take the blame for their ignorance and self-righteous behaviors. How many of you have had children that have been left behind or passed by because of overcrowding in our schools? The No Child Left Behind was supposed to show where schools were failing and ensure that no child was left behind. Instead, it started a cycle of training a child to be tested and not training them to be adults. It was supposed to provide a budget of $1 billion annually to ensure every child learns to read by 3rd grade. But the No Child Left Behind law, enacted January 8, 2002, or as stated by NoChildLeft.com, nicknamed Helter Skelter, what they hadn't thought of is how every child shouldn't be expected to learn from the same books and at the same pace. The great educators have forgotten what it truly means to truly educate someone in the way that the individual learns. It's so wrapped up in funding and how mass education costs less, but they are forgetting that it really costs us much more. The next bit of information is actually from a 44-page letter that was given to parents when the bill was passed. Today, more than $7,000 on average is spent per pupil by local, state, and federal taxpayers. States and local districts are now receiving more federal funding than ever before for all programs under the No Child Left Behind. $23.7 billion, most of which were used during the 2003 to 2004 school year. This represents an increase of 59.8% from 2000 to 2003. A large portion of these funds is for grants under Title I of ESEA, improving the academic achievement of the disadvantaged. Title I grants are awarded to states and local education agencies to help states and school districts improve the education of disadvantaged students, turn around low-performing schools, improve teacher quality, and increase choices for parents. For fiscal year 2003, funding for Title I alone was $11.7 billion, an increase of 33% since the passage of No Child Left Behind. 2004 budget request would have increased spending by Title I to 48% since then. This concludes the information from that letter. My child was part of the Title I funding at one time, and all he got out of it was a portable PlayStation 1 and boring math games that really didn't teach him anything, and a tutor that would work with him for 1 day a week for half an hour. So since this bill was passed, have we seen any real changes within our educational system? The school systems continue to ask for more money like this is the magic cure for what ails us. Here's a piece of information that may interest you. The normal homeschool family can get by with educating their children on a budget of $200 for curriculum, awesome hands-on activities, and field trips when the public school system averages over $5,000 for a so-called normal student in our area to $25,000 for a child with major disabilities. That alone should make you question how this money is being spent and who is really pocketing this money. Yet most people are led to believe that they owe their school systems more tax money so they can continue with business as usual. For those of you who think that homeschooling is not a good thing, you should look into an article published by the Homeschool magazine this year titled The Great Homeschool Bailout. Within this article, we learn how we save state and local governments $25 billion a year. Here's something I bet no one ever told you. For each and every homeschooled student, one kid gets to go to community college for free. But since community college only takes 2 years, most children are homeschooled for 13, kindergarten plus grades 1 through 12. And in actuality, one single homeschool child frees up enough state funds over his entire homeschool journey to send 6.5 kids to community college. Where has the educational system gotten us so far? When every 9 seconds a student drops out. More and more of our students graduating cannot read, write, or manage their own finances. They are told that they come from apes, and we are surprised that they act like animals. We have forgotten our heritage. We have forgotten the struggles of our ancestors, and we take our freedoms for granted. Freedom is not free. It's been paid for by the blood of our ancestors many times over. All of these things we have overcome as the people. All of these leaps and bounds have been washed away when our children are told that they must change and become another cookie-cutter molded child. I say no more cookie-cutter kids. Families that have children with special abilities are made to feel that they have disabilities. ADHD and bipolar are the buzzwords for more money, and the excuses of the day for drugging children in the hopes that we can make our children drowsy enough that they can be mummified in our classrooms. And the people actually send their children back for more. Even if they are getting D's and F's, the families are led to believe that they are to blame. And the children get the punishment, and in turn the families. We are building generations of dysfunctional behaviors. This is the reason for our current so-called crisis. If we fix the educational system, we will fix our economy's problems. The greedy are destroying our futures, and the real teachers that want to help children are being lost in the absurdity and made to conform to a system that clearly doesn't work if they want to make a living. Education is the root of everything that we are as a people, and everything that we will become, good or bad. We, as our national anthem declares, need to be brave like our ancestors if we want to see real change.